So, do you think the Patriots are going to trade the third overall pick?
Yeah.
Your prediction remains that they will trade out.
I'm not changing until Thursday night.
Burt Breer has reported that he does not believe other teams are going to actually pony up enough to get the pick away from the Pats. That at the end of the day, no one's going to offer enough for the Patriots to be moved off that pick. He said the teams that are looking to move up, I think the Giants and Vikings, they have interest specifically in Drake May. I'm not sure they're going to be able to move the needle enough for the Patriots to go all the way up to number 3.
Someone usually always does. That's my point on that. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's going to be tepid now. Maybe they're trying to cool things off here too by reports coming from those type of teams. But like Kevin O'Connell, gun to the head, man. Like he's picking a guy. Like I think he knows who he wants, and he's doing these things. He's getting excitable about it. It's like Mayo. And if you could discertain that there's this big gap between May and Penix and Bo Nix and these other guys, then you got to trade up to get the guy. Because you're not just going to sit there and say, ooh, we're getting a guy at 11. So if you think you got the quarterback, you're going up to get the quarterback. That's the way these work.
If they
San
are
Francisco
doing that.
thought they had the guy. They didn't.
The second part of the tweet.
Right, yeah.
How much does that need to involve an owner if you're trading the pick?
See, okay, I was told he is not involved. Jonathan Kraft is not involved in football. Football decisions are made by the football people, Elliott Wolf, Matt Groh, Gerard Mayo, and the staff, the football staff. Where I thought they would get involved was that, okay, hey, this team is calling Mr. Kraft or Jonathan Kraft, and they want our pick at 3. This is where I thought they're not going to get involved telling you which quarterback to take or who we're trading back to get. It would make sense to me if it's my organization, my team, and there's this other team organization I know that I'm friends with, is offering all this stuff. I would like to be involved in that. And I thought that's where this report came from Rossini, where Jonathan is involved here. Like, if there's a big trade in the bag, we gotta get it approved. You got to get it signed. We do. Like, we have bosses. That would be normal operating procedure to me. I was told that is not the case. This is all Elliott. This is all Gerard, and this is all football people. Jonathan is not running the football part of it. Business, yes. Football, no. Believe what you want.
So Elliott Wolf can trade the number 3 overall pick, and he doesn't have to run it by anybody. That to me is problematic. I like Elliott Wolf just fine. I think they probably made a decent pick if they're going to stick with Elliott Wolf going forward. But I'm sorry. Elliott Wolf is, for the first time in his football life, in charge. And this is the best pick the franchise has had in 3 decades.
That's what I said yesterday.
And you don't have to call upstairs. And I want him calling upstairs.
I want me too. That's why I said it yesterday.
I want Jonathan to get a phone call before that trade goes down.
Well,
I want to check on these guys. I do. That's just being a good owner.
Ownership.
I want them on the phone.
Ownership is always in the draft room anyway. They're in the war room. Like, let's not be idiots here. We're going to turn the TV on Thursday night, and we're going to see Mr. Kraft and Jonathan sitting in that war room.
But that to me is not being actually heavily involved.
No, but you're
sitting there.
You're hearing the discussions. You look, wink, nod, slap on the ass, give me something.
It's their team.
Thank you. Yes. That's why I said yesterday, everybody's like, oh, what's he doing being involved in football? I'm like, I would expect if there's a bag being thrown your way and you need the authority to trade the pick, I would expect them to be involved.
Elliott Wolf doesn't even have a point. We're talking about
not their point.
Elliott Wolf's GM title. The guy doesn't even have a contract beyond like next week. What are we doing? You're going to just let that guy do whatever he wants to do? That's right.
Unless the guy can find a way to get you 4 1s.
I think heavily involved.
Now, then, buddy.
Like, I think heavily involved is probably way too strong. Do I think he's heavily involved? No. Do I think he needs to get a phone call? Hell yes. Call him. Yep.
I think
ownership upstairs.
I think there are lines of communication. The heavily involved part of it is what I think is people are heading.
I really don't think Jonathan Kraft is working the phones, calling the Vikings and Giants to see what they want to give up.
Yeah, throw in another third.
But before you trade away the best pick we've had in 3 decades, run that one by me quick.
Yeah. This is the franchise the defining decision right
there
here.
There should be some checks and balances from the boss.
Yes,
the guy
you're making
who
a runner. You're a runner on Wall
team.
Street. You're making a trade. Go back up to the trading desk. That's got to get approval. You got to get pushed. Somebody's got to approve it. God damn it, man. I mean, if I'm running a team, I'd want to know what the hell's going on. We just had the greatest coach in history, fired because of a 4-13 season. We're in a different direction. I would think there'd be some checks and balances. Yeah. And this is a big one. You haven't been in this position in 30 years. This is a very valuable pick. And there are quarterbacks sitting there, and there's also a bag that could be offered for you where you can build a lot of your team with that bag. They've been there before. They know the type of picks that Willie are, that Chris Slade could be, that Ted Johnson in round 2 could be, Curtis Martin in round 3. There's some valuable picks. You got to nail the picks, though. You got to nail this draft. It's a big week, man. Big week. Big week down there. Thank God I'm not making decisions. That's why I trade out. Because I don't think one guy's saving you. I don't think one guy's close to saving you. I think there's too many questions on all the guys. I think there's too much conviction. There's not enough conviction in any of these picks.
I like
They're
how
not in love with
in your mind you trade out and get all these picks, and the Pats are hitting on all of them.
Nope.
That's what you think.
No,
you
probably hit on 50 or 60% of them. I'm talking high picks. There's risk in the first round.
There's risk in every round.
Look at the Mac Jones quarterback draft. They've all already reshuffled except for Lawrence. That thing's already in disarray. I mean, there's no guarantees, man. But more picks, more higher picks give you a better chance of hitting.
Yeah, that's why I don't like trading down ever. That's why I don't like doing it. The better the pick, the better the player. That's the way it's supposed to work.
Doesn't feel to me like they're in love with anybody.
Hey, if you're still open for business with this pick, doesn't that tell you that you don't actually love any of these quarterbacks?
Yeah, I don't think they love Drake May, and I think they're idiots for it.
I'd be peacocking if I was in love with the guy now, saying, yeah, we got to pick 3, and we got our guy of the future.
Yeah, it makes me think they're going to blow it. It makes me think they're going to blow this whole draft and blow every draft going forward with the guys they have running it.
Get the plane ready. Set it to Chapel Hill.
That they don't look at Drake May and see the player that he can be.
They don't see it.
Yeah, it makes me think less of them already. They haven't even made a pick yet, and I already don't think they're cut out for this. That's what I think. So I fear that. I fear that they're going to get it wrong. That they're going to trade back, that they're going to do what Zol wants them to do, move out of the pick, maybe take, if they're, dealing with conflict, they can't get to a consensus, that's going to be their rationale for moving, and that's the worst thing to do. We got 5 guys in the room, and we're split on on which guy is going to make for the best pick. So we'll just move out of it. Oh, that's smart. Half the room likes one guy a lot, half the room likes another guy a lot, and instead, we don't get any of them.
We'll just take a wide receiver.
Yeah, we'll just move back and take somebody else. That's what I fear the most.